Fuck all you hoes. Get a grip, motherfucker. Yeah, this album is dedicated to all the teachers that told me I never amount to nothing. To all the people that lived above the buildings that I was hustling from that called the police on me when I was just trying to make some money to feed my daughter. And all the niggas in the struggle, you know what I'm saying? It's all good, baby. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine, Salt and Pepper and Heavy D up in the limousine, hanging pictures on my wall. Every Saturday, rap attack Mr. Magic Marley Marl. I let my tape rock till my tape pop, smoking weed and bamboo, sipping on private stock. Way back when I had the red and black lumberjack with the hat to match. Remember rapping Duke? The hard, you never thought that hip-hop would take it this far. Now I'm in the limelight cause I rhyme tight. Time to get paid, blow up like the world trade. Born sinner, the opposite of a winner. Remember when I used to eat sardines for dinner? Peace to Ron G, Brucey B, Kid Capri, Funk Master Flex, Love Bug, Star Ski. I'm blowing up like you thought I would. Call a crib, same number, same hood. It's all good. And if you don't know, now you know, nigga.
You know very well who you are. Don't let them hold you down. Reach for the stars. You had a goal, but not suddenly. 'Cause you're the only one. I give you suddenly.
I made the change from a...
This is Fresh Pond Depot, part of the Brooklyn division of bus depots, yet located on the borderline of Queens, right under the L of the Mario train, which is one of the lowest elevations in the system. Fresh Pond Depot is a Brooklyn bus depot nevertheless. Its main purpose is to serve Brooklyn bus routes that end in Ridgewood, Queens, and other areas nearby. It serves a few Queens bus routes as well. Back in the day, Brooklyn bus routes dominated Fresh Pond Depot. Those were good times. Today, most of the Brooklyn bus routes that originated from Fresh Pond were sent to Grand Avenue Depot when they opened, so now Fresh Pond is left with a few Brooklyn bus routes. Better than nothing, I guess. Fresh Pond Depot's routes are the B7, B20, B26, B52, the B54, Q54, Q55, and the Q58, as well as the one and only B38, being the split route shared with Grand Avenue Depot, of course. So Fresh Pond Depot has 6 Brooklyn bus routes and 3 Queens bus routes. Brooklyn's still winning even though it ain't much like the old days. Just in case you're wondering, back in the day, Fresh Pond Depot also had B13, B24, B39, B48, B57, and Q59. They also didn't have the B7 back then. The B7 was originally an East New York bus route, and the B38 was a full-time Fresh Pond Depot route before the split with Grand Avenue Depot started in 2011. I'm grateful for the split since it did improve service on the B38, and since it's my current home route, it makes a difference in my commute. But Fresh Pond Depot will always be home to the B38. Fresh Pond Depot covered a lot more in Brooklyn at the time besides downtown Brooklyn, Bed-Stuy, Fort Greene, Clinton Hill, and Bushwick, which is pretty much the only areas they cover now, except for the B7 and B20. Fresh Pond had control of almost the entire north side of Brooklyn back when it was the hood and not gentrified. Talking bus fleet, Fresh Pond Depot is still rocking with those 1997 to 98 Novabus RTSs, those 9500s. They're beat to shit, but they ride awesome. The 2005 Orion 7 OG hybrids with their tiny horizons, the 2009-2010 Orion 7 Next Gen hybrids that came from Staten Island and beat up. Now we have mostly ex-Grand Avenue Depot units, but there's less Next Gens anyway because now Fresh Pond Depot has Yay! Yes sir, 2015 New Flyer XD40 Excelsiors. The newest addition to the Fresh Pond Depot fleet and the first brand new bus they got in 10 years. About time. Also, something went down at Fresh Pond Depot recently that I thought would never happen again. Anybody that knows me transit-wise knows what I'm talking about. That's right, Fresh Pond Depot had 5000 series RTSs. They had 4 5100 units, 5171 and 5174, Fresh Pond decals and all. They were only in service at Fresh Pond Depot for one day, and they were sent to Flatbush Depot the next day. They still have Fresh Pond stickers, so I'm waiting to see if they'll return. The fleet at Fresh Pond Depot is decent. The addition of XD40s made it better, no doubt. Myself, along with pretty much the rest of the trans community, did not expect Fresh Pond Depot to get Excelsiors. The main reasons why were, number one, just before the arrival of the XD40s, Fresh Pond Depot was slated to be a mostly, if not all, hybrid depot. Of course, that would have sucked. That's why Fresh Pond kept losing RTSs and ended up with a ton of hybrids in the past. Number two, because it's Fresh Pond, they get hand-me-down buses more often than any other depot in the system. And that's a fact. You guys can argue with me and say that other depots have gotten hand-me-downs, and there are other depots that gotten hand-me-downs. But aside from Homer Park, Fresh Pond gets it bad. Also, nobody predicted that Fresh Pond would get XD40s because they were expected to get Nova Bus LFSs previously. In my opinion, the only thing that could give Fresh Pond its juice back is more RTSs, 5000 series RTSs specifically. I mean, they're not brand new buses anymore, even though it still feels like yesterday I rode one brand new on a B38 when I was 4 years old. They're certainly not in that new bus condition anymore. They only got a few more years left. Let some of them retire at Fresh Pond. They're a huge step up from the 9500s. Driver shield, better flip dots. A good number of them are still blackbacks. The ones with the ZF transmission though. But seriously, 5000 at Fresh Pond again would be awesome. More RTSs period would make the fleet better honestly. But them 5000s. The maintenance at Fresh Pond Depot has improved. Reason why the maintenance was originally horrible was because the crew at Fresh Pond had problems with the boss, so they performed mediocre maintenance on purpose. From what I heard, there is a new boss at the depot now, and the rebelliously crappy maintenance has improved since. It's still not top notch, but what depot in the system does have perfect maintenance? Now I know quite a few people that enjoy Fresh Pond Depot much like myself. And what better insight to hear about the depot than that of a bus operator from Fresh Pond.
My favorite Fresh Pond route would have to be the Q58. It's very scenic, travels to a lot of different neighborhoods, you get a nice mix of people, and it has a highway portion that I like to drive the bus on.
Okay.
Oh, as far as what the worst line in Fresh Pond Depot is, that's a matter of opinion. But the general consensus among most of the drivers is that the worst line out of Fresh Pond is the B52.
And why is that?
It can be a little ratchet.
What else?
And that's pretty much it. It's ratchet. It's the shortest downtown line we have, but it's kind of the most ratchet.
That's true.
Fresh Pond Depot's maintenance has gotten a lot better over the year with the hire of a new maintenance team a couple of years ago. They keep their buses on point. We've had fewer breakdowns. All in all, good work.
Alright, cool. That's the pond for you. Just another depot that's part of the Brooklyn division. I don't care if Fresh Pond Road is in Queens. I don't care if the Asians who don't want to take the 7 train use a Q58 to go to Flushing. They still have more Brooklyn routes. It may not be much like back in the day, but BK still dominates the ratio. The theme for this review is Juicy by Biggie Smalls. Fun fact, Biggie grew up on Fulton Street near Washington Avenue, so he probably took the B26 every once in a while before he got famous. Not much to do with the depot itself, but bumping Juicy on a Fresh Pond RTS traveling through Bed-Stuy is the shit, especially on the B38. The Fresh Pond RTSs on the 38 are usually limited, so they haul it on Lafayette Avenue. Nothing like bumping Biggie Smalls to a fast ride on the RTS. East New York Depot definitely has a Biggie theme for its review too. Fresh Pond Depot gets a 6 out of 10. Everything is decent now. Drivers, fleet, maintenance. They'll get a higher score when the 5000s return and they get a few more Brooklyn bus routes. That's the end of my review. You guys enjoy your summer.
Yeah.